Alright, I'm going to try and keep this video shorter than the other one. I didn't realize how long it went for. But we're going to do the one where it reads 5 values into a list, gives you the sum, the average, and tells you if there's any duplicates. Let's jump straight in. So we're going to need is going to have some sort of loop that allows you to enter 5 values. So it'll just loop through a list and prompt you every single time. Then we're going to have a loop. That we're going to have to. I'm recording here. We're going to have a loop that checks if the values are the same. And my idea for this is actually a loop inside of a loop. So I'll have to do that. We'll do the average. We're going to do that inside that loop too. And we can do the sum, and then we can print it all out. So the problem with this nested loops thing is it's essentially the handshake problem. Because in coding it's hard because we'll have to do a loop inside of a loop to compare them. But the problem being, if you've ever heard of the handshake problem, the idea is that if you have 5 individual people, right? Alright, these are my 5 people. But think of these like the 5 numbers on my list. And I want to count how many handshakes each person has. Problem being that this handshake, right? These individual handshakes are the same as this person shaking hands with this person. Does that make sense? So like this person, let's call this person 1, shaking hands with person 2 is the exact same as person 2 shaking hands with person 1. That's a problem with that comparison. If we're comparing a list of numbers, like let's say our numbers are 1, 2, 3, say 4 and 4, all right? And then we're comparing them with the same list. We wanted to say that there are 2 duplicates here. The problem is each time we go through, it's going to say that this is a match, and this is a match, and this is a match, and this is a match, this is a match, and this is a match, and this is a match, and that's way too many matches. It's not what we want. So I think I've got a way around that, which I'll show you shortly. I know that's probably more than your brain wanted to handle, but let's get stuck in anyway. We're gonna have a list of numbers. And I think I have to put equals. Let's just fill it with zeros for now, and we'll change that momentarily. We're also going to need to have an average. Actually, that should probably not be integer. I'm going to put it as a double because averages can be decimals. We're going to give them sum as integer. I'll probably need more variables as I go, but anyway, let's say 4 a in or should be for each. Alright, so this is going to iterate through this list, and each spot will take the role of a. So for a in numbers, we'll have numbers a equals console.readline, and we'll make sure that this is an integer as well, just in case we want it to be an integer. We'll convert it to an integer if they stuff it up. And we should probably prompt them as well, right? We should probably prompt them as well. We should say console dot write line the number I'm going to have to make a variable to get this to work. So I want to have a number that tells you enter number 1, enter number 2, for example. In count as integer equals 1. Okay, so let's say enter number 1, type it in, we will add 1 to the count. The next time we'll say enter number 2, enter number 3, enter number 4, enter number 5. And that'll store them all in that array. That shouldn't be any issue right now. So we've set that up, sort of read in each of the numbers. Now is where it gets a bit hairy because we need to do comparison, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to do for, I'm going to call this one outside in numbers for each. So just this random word that I'm chucking here, like counting for A, that's just the variable. So each value in the numbers array becomes the variable outside in this thing. And then I'm going to do for each inside in numbers. So I'm having essentially a loop inside of a loop. I'm going to say if outside equals inside, then I'm going to have to count the number of what do we call them? Duplicates. We'll call it Duplo. So counting Duplo, and I'm also going to add in another line so called dim temp and integer equals 0. And this relates to the handshake problem. Alright, so I want to count each time so let's say, for example, if this top line is my outside, alright, so this is my, oh my goodness, I'm trying to write on this, it's not working very well. This is my inside, alright, so it starts with 1, and it iterates through all the inside numbers and checks to see if 1 is equal to any of them. But of course it's equal to itself, we don't want to count that. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to count, how are we going to do this? We're going to count how many additional ones there are. So let's add in and temp less than or equal to 1. And this is going to fix another problem as well. So let's say they were all 4s. I don't want them all to count each other a whole bunch of times. In this case, if one will check, if the outside loop will check, is there any matching me, and only count one match on top of the initial one. I guess so. Outside of this one here, other than this number, how many things match with 1? And we go through, it becomes 2. Outside of this 2, how many matches are there? That's what we want. And this is counting each individual match, and it's also counting, at the moment it's counting how many times it matches with itself, which we'll fix in a second. And we'll say temp plus equals 1. The idea being that we'll count each duplication, and we'll also count how many times we have found a match with this temp. So the Duplo will find a match each time, and the temp will find a match just inside that one loop. So this is in line with the outside loop. After it goes through the 5 numbers, this temp one resets. The Duplo one won't reset because we want to count how many total duplications there are. And what else do we need to do? We also need to remove one from Duplo. This is starting to sound weird now. We're removing one from Duplo because we don't want to count one matching with itself. Right? So we're removing one of the matches because we know it matches with itself. It's not exactly an elegant solution to the problem. That should work. Let's test to see if this works. So say console.writeLine. Let's go say duplo. We're going to count how many matches. Hopefully I didn't stop this up. And now we're going to do a read line so we can check. That was, yeah, sorry, that's a little bit wordier than I wanted it to be, but you'll get the idea. Enter number 1, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5. I better have a match. There's 4 matches, there's too many matches. It's not good. Why are we counting that many matches? Why are you counting that many matches? If outside equals the inside, temp is less than or equal to 1. 2 player, temp equals 0, player minus equals 1. Not sure if it's not working. Outside equals inside. Temp is less than or equal to 1. We add 1 to the count. We add 1 to the temp. And we can restrict. I might just write out these lines here just so I can get an idea of what exactly is going on. With a little debugging trick. Each time this loops through, I want to write through duplo, inside, and outside. See what exactly is going on here. It'll probably go very quick. 4, 5, 5, 6. Alright. So, it starts off with 1 because it matches with itself. So, it starts off every time the inside matches the outside. The number of the inside, the outside. We're doing 6 first, once we working backwards. 1, 6, 6, 1, 0, 0. Why is that not working? I do have this saved in another program. I just better make sure that these numbers are saved. Console.writeLine numbers, just say 1. If this is working properly. 3, 4, 5, 6, that should be 3. Should be the first number. Yeah, that's not storing that value. Why is that not storing that value? Numbers. Sorry guys, I was hoping this would be a nice and quick one. But I've managed to stuff it up somehow. Why is that 0? Why are you 0? Oh, God, I'm so dumb. Okay, sorry, I realized my mistake. If this is like, if I enter a 5 here, this is becoming spot number 5. Oh my goodness. Okay. Count and starts at 1, so we count -1. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see how many matches we get this time. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay, so we only have 2 matches. That's all. That's what we want. Okay, I get rid of all this. I'm really excited. I stuffed you guys around for that long, trying to figure out what was going on. Where's that other print line I have? Okay. So yeah, I thought it was an issue with my loop, but it wasn't. It was an issue with storing the numbers, which is irritating. So number. Alright. Yeah, that should be a column instead. Okay. We're back. Okay, so that works. At least I think it works. So now we can do for writing out. We can say there are duplicate numbers in your list. Alright. Now print out how many duplicate numbers there are. Now we have to do the sum and the average. Don't worry, these ones are much quicker. That can be average. The sum is and this can be the average is. Okay. Now I got the sum and average, and they're not too bad. So essentially, I could just add it to this this little loop here, or I can even do it with this loop here. It doesn't really matter. For one of the loops, I just got to add up all the numbers together. So what I'm going to do is, maybe I'll put it in the first loop. Don't want confusion. All right. So each time it goes through, I'm going to say sum plus equals a. So basically, let's just say whatever the sum is, add whatever a is onto it. All right. So it'll add a on and it'll just like loop through, add them all up. That sum will work now. And then for average, it's going to have a so double. That'll do. Dim of v is double. I can change this to v. And v equals average. V equals. Oh, why not I didn't have random variable. I didn't need to do that. Average equals sum divided by 5. We're really done. Let's give that a shot. Fingers crossed. Because whatever. 4, 5, 6. Let's say 6. And let's say 4. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 duplicate numbers. There are 4 duplicates in your list. The sum is 0 and the average is 0. Right, that's what you want to hear. That's because I did it in here, like an idiot. Never mind that, it has to go into the other one. I thought it would work, it does not. So count and count can stay there. The sum needs to move into this one. Because I forgot that in the first loop, A is just 0 for everything. What's it called? Inside. Inside? No, right? Inside is not declared, that's right there. Oh, only other one. Outside. Okay. That'll work now. I'm pretty sure. Let's say 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. 2 duplicates, the sum's 18, the average is 3.6. So right, 5, 9, 13, 18 divided by 5 is 3.6. Awesome. That's done.
Yeah. Thank you.